Good afternoon. Welcome to my garden, Lilac Hill. As you can see, I am at the bottom of the driveway, and look at that beautiful new driveway that's been put in. The excavator came and took out all the big rocks and the weeds, and now it's just a beautiful hard-packed gravel. Makes the house look so clean. Lots of parking, no more tripping hazards. So I want to show a little bit of the new retaining wall, and I'll also take you up to show you a new project that I've been working on. Okay, it's a nice evening, but chilly, and definitely feel the fall in the air. Okay, let's go and have a look up top. What a difference. No more big boulders sticking up to trip on, and all those awful weeds are gone. Just looks a million times better, cleaner. Looks really smart, really nice. Money well spent. Looks really good. Super happy with that. And I didn't have to do the work. Best part. This corner has the daisies in it and an upright St. John's wort. Of course, my lavender. This one is platinum blonde. I took some cuttings of this. There's a new retaining wall up top, and I want to maybe do my own, start my own cuttings to make maybe a hedge. Terry would do some planter boxes. So that's something for the future. The lilacs are all in bud. And the lilacs are a plant that need cold weather to set their buds for the next year. And I could never have enough lilacs. I plan on adding even more just because they do so well here. And the leaves look like they're, not healthy, but lilacs drop their leaves for winter. So it's just all part of their growth cycle. Poor apple tree was just absolutely invaded by bears. We had probably 7, 8 bears go in the tree. I never saw a bear in the tree, but the neighbors told me all about the bears. And there isn't an apple to be found, maybe less than 10 left on that poor tree. So one thing that the excavating company did, it was Frank's Excavating, and things he did is help position the boulders that came off the driveway. I would never have been able to dig that up, not in my life. So paying an excavator sometimes is really worth it. That's a beautiful anchor for that end bed. And then coming over here, it's another boulder. Looking really nice. I can build off that. That's got some nice detail in it. You know what they say, when you have lemons make lemonade. I definitely am not have a shortage of rocks to use around the property. The rhododendrons are hydrangeas. The hydrangeas look so good right now, changing their fall colors. Just gorgeous. This is the spring bed. Daphne. Gonna need some frost protection soon. We haven't had a really cold frost yet, but it's coming, you can tell. Hopefully not too cold or nasty of a winter. These lovely marigolds came from my friend down the street from seed, and I will collect the seed. That's just a really beautiful little plant. They almost look like velvet. The marigolds. And I have a bunch of new spring bulbs I'm going to be planting. I love buying bulbs in the fall and planting at planters. I love the contrast of these two gravels here. There's the new retaining wall. It's got the nice texturing. It's going to be really smart. And then each one of these panels is going to have a copper look panel put in between. There's 4 panels that are going to be very similar to the gate. We already have them. And then this is where Terry will build me a planter box, and then I'll do some type of a hedge along here just to soften the aesthetic. It's going to look great. Here is another big boulder. It looks so nice. And they say with boulders and landscaping, or rocks and landscaping, the rock should be partially buried. Makes it look more natural. Rudbeckia plant had a great year. There's still a few little wildflowers in here. Lots of sort of fall textures now and colors. So definitely a change in the season. So I want to go over here because I want to share a project that I'm working on in the corner. Honeysuckle 2 on the arch. We looked really good this year. I think I'm going to, though, take the honeysuckle off of the plastic. Yeah, I don't really like the weaving. As you can see here, it's quite tight. Yeah, that's all got to come off. Yeah, that'll be one of my projects. I'll just have to cut it. Okay, well, we won't think about that right now. There's my patio. So nice with the trees in the background, all changing color. The patio we're putting down outside the workshop is the same bricks. We've had them for quite a few years. And my little potting up shed got cleaned, so that'll be ready for projects for next year. The garden just looks, nice. It's the time of year. Things are finishing. But that's okay. It's all part of the season. So what I want to share is over here. Behind my big pot. So this pot is holding a strawberry arbutus. This tree is not in the pot. You can see it's in a plastic pot. It's not in the ceramic pot. Because I'm not 100% sure if this pot's going to stay in this spot. It's a beautiful pot and I really want to showcase it. It's quite tall. It's probably, it's mid-thigh height. So I really want to showcase this plant nicely. And I think this is going to be too hot of a location. Maybe a little bit in the way too. So we'll have to find a spot. Might just winter the strawberry arbutus and winter the pot and then do the whole project in the spring. So what I want to share here is I'm going to be closing off this area here because this was my path to the neighbor. And it was also kind of a rock dumping ground before I got the baskets that hold the rocks. And I have lifted all the landscape paper. And I'm also exposing these big boulders more. And I think right there in front of the boulders, right there, would make a really nice wildlife pond because there's already a bit of a hill and you could direct the water to run right into the wildlife pond. I think it would be a beautiful feature for back here in the corner. And, do it properly, do the research to put in a proper pond. So you see how that goes. So that's what I wanted to share. I'm going to back out of here. Is how all the rocks have been removed. The landscape paper's been lifted. The border of the edging used to go right here. And now there's edging here. I've just turned it. Very easy edging to use. It's just 5 inches wide and it taps down with these spikes that it comes with that hook on. So this ground is surprisingly soft. I think this might have been a compost area at some time because this is the back corner of the property. So I think that's compost and grass clippings might have been in here because this is not hard to dig. And I have tons of plants and ideas to come in here. I think I'd like to put in another lilac or move plants that I already have. And there's so many plants that could come in here. Hydrangea from the front. Even that poor little skimmia that no one ever sees could come and be a structure shrub for here. I will move out the Oregon grape. I'm keeping the holly. Holly is considered a weed in our area, but I quite like holly. And then back there, between the trunks showing, is a white or cream hydrangea. So that could come forward and maybe even play off that old tree stump for a bit of a stumpery area into a pond. I think would look really good using the natural landscape. I don't really need this to be a path behind here anymore. And I think just really a beautiful transformation could occur and really change this up and close off the gap. I feel like there's a big hole in the garden right now. Okay, so I just stepped out. So anyways, that's the big fall going into spring project. I do garden in this garden all year round. The only time I take time off is if it is really, really frozen. The other project that was done earlier is the rose Chicago piece was moved. And say hi, Terry. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm almost finished. They need recharging? Yeah, our security system's getting a recharge. So there it is. Chicago Peace Rose came out of the hostel enclosure and now has a new home. The echinopsis was divided. And I think the echinopsis coming up and covering the stems of the rose is going to look really nice next year. And then let's have a look at this monk's hood with the beautiful perennial chrysanthemum. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, look at the colors in the background. It's a nice time of year. Okay, one more area to share. And that is, I want to share the hostel enclosure. There's a beautiful big mophead hydrangea that just looks amazing in there right now. This is the panel that will go in the fence, but the panels for the fence are a little bit shorter. But this is almost 5 years old, and look how beautifully this is held up. Maybe a little bit mossy. And at this point in time, I'm supposed to tell you who I got the panel from, but I don't remember. It was a shop on the just on the internet that does laser cut work for gates and panels. Hostel enclosure's looking really pretty, just fall and a bit messy, like a bad hairdo. I still have pelargoniums in the baskets. And the penstemon on this side, it's just got such nice color. All the maple leaves are dropping, but I will use them for leaf mold. This is where the Chicago Peace Rose was. It was way too big for in here. That did not work. The poor rose was really, it grew well, but it was just too squished. Too tight of an area. Okay, so there's the hosta enclosure. You can see a plant has been pruned. My beautiful big Sum and Substance hosta was pruned because the leaves fell against the side of the pot, which is an indication that it's had some cold weather, but it'll be back next year. And there is the lovely hydrangea. It's almost time to take those baskets apart, but not yet. I'll wait till we have our first frost. And I did some decorating on this wall. I don't know if I've shown this yet. Love the little hints of yellow with the yellow window frame. Just looks so nice. And that will be it for tonight. So I'll keep everybody updated, and thank you again everybody who watches my videos and subscribes. I really enjoy doing this, and I will be wrapping up for tonight. So thank you for watching.